Yeah.
Hi.
So I got some info
called?
for you.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke to one of the people on the console and the Shine console, and
Okay.
they heard an explosion coming from Sandy from up north. They said that the stills explode anywhere from 30 to 40 cooks. So if you've done about that many cooks, it's possible that your still actually blew up. And apparently when they blow, they remain.
Oh,
So I think it's not someone necessarily called it. I think maybe, were you actively cooking?
I was, but my stills weren't as like as worn out or something. I had one worn
Oh,
out yesterday, but I replaced it
it's
yesterday.
it's just a coincidence. They told me they heard the explosion coming from like the north of the, like where the fishing area is. So I don't know, man.
Wait, from where?
Like they were at the fishing area and they heard a massive explosion.
You
Remember,
mean
like when
that?
the stills used to blow? They used to be like,
Yeah.
and used to, that shit was loud. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if yours exploded or someone else's did. Because if you think of the
Okay.
fishing area, right?
It's that little pier, right? That you're talking about?
Yeah. I'd have to ask again exactly, but they said from like the lake area, you know, they heard the explosion going towards the north. So
Oh,
if yours
okay.
is fresh, it's just the timing of it all is hard to like ignore, you know?
Okay, now this a lot more sense then.
Yeah.
Because if there was a... Alright, okay. I need to make some phone calls now.
Yep. So yeah. Now, but that doesn't, change a couple factors, including, the notion that, are the PED searching for it? We know they're actively searching for shit. So, that fear is still gonna be there.
True. That could mean a lot, because if that's the case, then they were there for those things then. Like, they knew, you know? They probably found it beforehand.
Yeah. The 30 to 40 is interesting. I do think that we should maybe collectively have a still that we see how stable it is, and maybe I don't know. I'm starting to really like the idea of the sewer. Here's the thing, right? So let's say all of that is true. The danger of being too close is you're alerting to other, I don't know. I'll let you chew on it. I don't really
The thing
know what to
is,
make of
right?
it.
Now that I think about it, I do like the idea, but again, here's the thing. It takes only one person to fuck it up, and then, like, all the stills are gone. You're going to be gambling on that part. Now, let's say if you're...
I agree.
I'm not saying that your information is not credible. I'm saying your information is credible, and the stills do blow up, and they stay. Now, let's say that happened to us. How are we to tell which still blew up? How are we to tell which one of us fuck up to cause such a big fuck up?
I have no idea. Wait, are you talking about... Wait, run it back? Maybe I missed, but...
My point is, if you were to put stills together in the sewers, right?
Oh, yeah, true. I think that's why we got to really marinate on it. And possibly it's half of everyone's quantity. I mean, it's a thought, right? I'm sort of thinking of how do we make something of this with all these factors that are kind of like working against us. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the best idea I've come up with thus far.
I like that. I like the idea. I think it's
I would say that if we were to go down this route, it would be something where we're all like equally like I wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket and everyone puts it down
Mm-hmm.
there. But I think it'd be something where like we all put a portion down there, and you know, I don't know. I just think it's gonna be cool, to be honest.
I think it would be cool. It's just I trust everyone to share information and work together,
Yeah,
but I have not worked with them to trust enough that I would put my skills together.
I 1000% agree with that. I think we're
You know?
still very much like very early in the like I mean, we've had one meeting, you know. Everyone's been pretty
Mhm.
cool, but there's always going to be that factor, right? Is so for example, besties, I've invited them having a rep. They haven't come back to me. But I'm going to use that as an example, right? And I'm just going to just shoot straight. If they put future Hendrix as their rep, like that's just, the guy's a dumbass, right? Like he's
He
funny
is.
and shit like that, but that's like the equivalent of like, you know, you don't know what you're gonna get from him on a day-to-day basis.
It really is like what he's feeling like today. Is he gonna fuck with you, or is he gonna fuck over everyone?
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to think that those that are in that circle know how to weigh gang shit with a bigger picture shit. You know what I mean? So,
He's a very self-centered person. Every time I've met him, so quite
Right.
frankly, if you bring him in,
yeah,
I can assure you,
I know
more than 50%
no,
of the people are actually gonna leave the coalition.
Oh no! Listen. I ain't bringing that guy. I'm using him as an example, right?
Yeah.
But you're right. Like as they should, to be honest. Because if someone like that comes through, you know, your past matters, right? And that particular individual, cool dude. I don't have a problem with him, but you'd have to be brain dead to not be like, this guy is a ticking time bomb, you know?
He is. Oh, what's the guarantee? He's just gonna be like, he's not gonna snitch, but he's just gonna like pack up every still and
The
fucking
best
fake it.
person would be that ex-cop that they got in the group. Not Fred, the other one. You know, the one that sounds like he's got tobacco in his mouth all the time.
The Swedish one,
Yeah, that guy.
Ingvar. Yeah.
He'd be like, he would make sense. I mean, who knows
he
if
would.
he's... I don't even know if he's involved in their moonshine, but that's like somebody you'd want. But
Well, I'm a little bit indifferent. I feel like everyone from the besties is kind of like one brain, all act together kind of deal.
really? I
I get.
I mean,
I get that.
I may
They're
have...
pretty tight.
No, they're a lot. They're a lot more. I mean, I know them a lot more, right? We live in the same neighborhood, so I wouldn't say they operate with. I can understand what you're saying because you probably see the egregious side of them, but
Yeah.
no, they're pretty. You know, Fanny's got her mind, Ming's got his mind, that Dulian guy's got his mind. Actually, I haven't seen Dulian in a minute.
I've not seen him for a while. He
yeah.
lives in Mirror Park.
But that's how it is with a lot of groups, right? Sometimes
Yep.
most people only know other groups. A lot of our interactions with other groups are always going to be with the biggest biters. You know what I mean?
That's true. The thing is, I'm ready to work. If the other people are ready to work, then
Yeah.
again, it's just like
I would.
How
I
many-
think at this stage, I would not. I already thought through this. Is that we have good numbers, and I think anyone that before they're even brought in, invites out, but I wouldn't actually bring them until everyone majority agreement. You know, and that's how I kind of want to run things. Is it's for the greater good. So if the majority are not comfortable, then we don't bring them in. You know, it's better to have, you know, a coalition rather than, you know, turn it
a
into
community.
Exactly. Yep.
I don't want it to be a community meeting, okay, or a community setup or some shit.
Yep. Exactly. That.
But yeah, I mean, if you get a good place, I'm down to put myself there too. Because
Okay.
What's up, Tuggz?
it's not
Okay.
my people who's gonna do it. It's gonna
Yes, I
be
did.
me because
Oh, so there's
they have their own mind. So
Okay. Also, the rep is giving a lot. It's one per crate now.
oh
Yeah.
I need to run mine, but these motherfuckers are on
Oh,
every corner, and
hey,
I'm a bit of
real
a
quick.
pussy.
Earlier Whitlock or whatever the fuck his name is. He's a rat, works for the police. And so
What?
if you ever get him to work on your case, just expect it's gonna go. He's gonna use what he
Gonna go
learns about
missing.
you against you down the line.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Uriel, that one, that dude.
Yeah, be careful. He comes across
Alright.
like he's helping criminals, but I got his cell phone, so
Okay.
yeah.
Say less.
Yeah. I'm on that ruined reputation shit. You know what I mean? You do some crazy shit, you know, more powerful
you-
than a gun.
Do you know any lookouts? Anyone who could work to be a lookout?
Wait, what?
Do you know any lookouts?
Do I know any lookout?
Yeah, anyone
Oh,
who
you
I can pay to sit on my warehouse and
The-
watch if someone's
Yes.
watching my warehouse.
Talk to the Chaos Legion.
Good one.
I think if I needed work done, I'm gonna trust them more than anyone. They're smart.
They're actually pretty
they-
smart, yeah.
They're straightforward, and they, I really fuck with those guys a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, they're pretty. You can rely on them. I've got
Yeah.
something for them, and they've done it like instantaneously, and I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous. They're like, they got a good thing going. I didn't know much about them, but like, man, my respect skyrocketed with them.
Yeah, they're pretty reliable. I very much like them.
Yeah.
Oh well, I guess I'll call them and offer them 20K and be like, hey, just sit in my warehouse and see if any cops are around.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
All right. Thank you for the information. That was very helpful. I need to go
Yeah.
make some phone calls and find some things out now.
All
Because
right.
that makes a lot of
Going
sense.
back to what I said though, and I did talk to the Chaos Legion guys are the ones that told me about the explosion. I will
okay.
say that if yours were fresh, it's starting to make me wonder if a different set went off. It's just the timing of an explosion and all that, it raises eyebrows. But what I recommended to them, and I think we should consider it, is, we take a still and maybe force it to explode. You know what I mean?
I have a still which has no batches remaining in it. Do you want it?
I
I
can't
cannot
handle
use
that.
it.
I would ask them.
I'll ask
Maybe
Chaos
they'll call,
Legion.
yeah, they might be down. Like force an explosion, see what happens.
Because I had 2 stills yesterday which go bad. One of them, when I was cooking yesterday, it turned red. And then I had an inclination that I had to run in all caps. So that happened yesterday.
Shelly, what the heck, dude? How much you cooking?
I have cooked I cook about like 25 to 30 crates a day.
Oh my god. I mean,
Even more.
I do about 20 a day right now.
No, I'm pretty sure I was at my 35th or 36th crate a day or some shit like that.
Damn. Okay. All right. Well, I gotta get going. I gotta start working on this. But
Do you mind if I mention that you told me about this?
Yeah,
The explosion
yeah.
thing?
Yep.
All right. I will
Okay.
let them know so they don't feel, confused.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, you take out. PP.
Bye.